now that we know some things, we let love give us wings. It's free, it's the key, it's for you and me. You and me. So let's discover love's great wonder. Let's discover the spell we are under. Love. Love. With Mililli. Love. Hello, I'm Merlin Mililli. Welcome to the Love Show, where we grapple with the question, what is love? Today we want to know, is love sleeping? Now, I'm not asking if love has gone dormant. I'm not asking if love itself is asleep. I'm asking, is sleeping enough and regularly loving yourself? Is sleeping love? Is love sleeping? There's a recovery clinic in Iowa, St. Gregory's. They have an online plethora of information. They have an article from December 20th, 2019 by Randy J. Heisler entitled, Prioritizing Good Sleep is Good Self-Love. That's the title. In it, they say that sleep and its ability to repair the body and mind are especially important to people in recovery. That was a quote. They say that, quote, unfortunately, insomnia is not an uncommon problem on the path to substance abuse recovery. Excuse me. I have hair. Okay. They quote a study from the Department of Psychology at UNT Denton that determined that people suffering from insomnia had a great occurrence of depression and anxiety, a greater occurrence than the general population in sleep itself. Oh, no. Sleep itself, St. Gregory's says, reduces stress levels, and stress is one of the major relapse triggers. That was a long quote, and it got weird. But you get the point. Sleep reduces stress, not just in people in recovery, it reduces stress in everyone. But in people in recovery, it reduces the triggers to relapse. Sounds like love to me. Medium.com had an article from March 2019 entitled, If You Love Yourself, Then You'll Get Enough Sleep Tonight, by Alexander Bentley. In it, he cites how he's tracking his sleep with an app on his Apple Watch, and that he needs 8 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Alexander has an Apple Watch, but he must not have kids. Especially babies. Babies deplete your sleep for sure. They need to be fed every 3 hours. And when you're nursing, you sort of have to be there and alert enough to hold a baby and awake enough to control the whole messy process. And it is quite messy. On TV, they make it look so clean, having babies. It's not. It is very messy, and everything is just sticky. My kids are teenagers, and they are still sticky. What is with the sticky? And stinky. Ugh, as soon as babies eat, they also poop. And when they're really tiny, it's really weird colors, and it smells really weird and really bad. And then there's the spit up. They've always got the little burp cloth there with the baby on TV, but they never show you why they have the burp cloth. It's because it's messy. I digress. But new parents, I sympathize with you. I'm in your corner. You got this. The baby will sleep through the night eventually. I promise. I had to pump and let my husband take overnight feedings for a while. He worked nights, so it was easy for him. Like on a night off, I had him go ahead and feed the baby for me because he was used to being up. And especially when I was pregnant again, my daughters are only 11 months apart. The oldest one is a preemie, so by the time she was finally out of the newborn ICU, she was in the NICU for 2 months. By the time she came home, I was pregnant with her sister. So, after a few months, I had to stop nursing because my body was saving the milk for the new baby in my belly. 2 infants in the house makes sleep difficult. But when our new baby came home from the hospital, she had colic. She screams nonstop for her first 3 months. Oh. I have PTSD, and loud noises are my trigger. I had to walk away kind of regularly and just leave her there in her little crib and screaming her little head off. There wasn't anything I could do for her. I did everything. And when you're first going through colic, you don't know they have colic, so you try everything. You change them, you feed them, you burp them, you dance them around, you play the music, everything you could possibly think of, and nothing worked, which is how we found out she had colic. So, having PTSD, I had to walk away a lot, till I finally found a little ritual to help her and us. So, it says to elevate the baby, and so I put a big book. I propped up her little crib mattress with a big book so that it was leaning upwards for her head. It says to elevate their head while they sleep. My little ritual I found. And so I did that, and then per the ritual, I faced east and sprinkled tea leaves around her crib. Not in the crib, but around the crib. Like just so the essence was there. I think the essence really helped. And I don't know, the prayer or whatever But lo and behold, finally, after 3 months of screaming, she stopped. It was wonderful. Her older sister, the preemie, her first phrase was, "Shut up." She was yelling at her sister, "Please just shut up." But, it was her first phrase, so it just came out without the pleasantries. So, I love myself, and I love sleep. I just want to cover one thing real quick, though. I haven't done my little disclaimer this season. We're in a new season, so here at the Love Show, we have established in many a love show now that love is not sex. So, whenever I say love, I do not mean sex ever. And when I refer to loving myself or yourself, I am never talking about masturbation ever. I just want to make that clear, and I just mean actual love, caring for oneself. We've established that sex is not love. They are not the same thing, and they should not be confused. So sleep is definitely a huge part of caring for and loving yourself. It can be hard with babies, even harder if you don't have help. If you're really strapped, ask for help. I had a hard time with that. But it's okay to ask for help. And, if you're a new parent and you need help and you ask for it, you'll get it. Even if you can't pay a person, other parents understand and they will help. Just ask. So, because I am a parent, I really only have to get 3 hours of sleep a night. I'm hot wired for mom. Mom reporting for duty. I like to get 5. 5 is splurging for me. I never get 9. I haven't gotten 9 hours of sleep since I was a teenager. I cannot get 8 or 4 or 2, though. For some reason, I cannot function on an even amount of hours of sleep. I met one woman, also a mom, who could only get even amounts of hours of sleep. Weird, huh? Maybe it depends on how often your child needs to be fed. My kids all ate every 3 hours. Maybe hers ate every 2. I find I need a nice balance of things to keep healthy and love myself properly. I need sleep at least 3 hours per night. Exercise, which if I do, I sleep better. And I also need to eat good, healthy food, which if I do, it also seems to help me sleep better. And it all seems to be linked together, and the whole system needs to be in balance, or we actually get sick. Your immune system takes a hit every time you run around without enough sleep. I also have found in recent years that I'm epileptic. It was really hard to figure out. I've had seizures, though, since I was a kid, and when I was a kid, I had maybe one or two a year, or one every 2 years, even sometimes, though I didn't know what it was then. As an adult, it has become progressively worse to where I was having seizures. I was having one or two a month, and some of them were rendering me unconscious. It really took me a long time to figure out what was happening to me. But one of the main causes of seizures, epileptic and otherwise, lack of sleep. Main cause of seizures. One main cause of seizures. I have been working with a doctor for the past few years, and I have been using CBD oil, and it has made all the difference. It saved my life. Did you know that a seizure can kill you? With the CBD oil, I have been seizure-free for over 2 years, and quite happy for it. But sleep, seizure preventative, loving yourself. So there were so many articles on the internet regarding sleep and love. TheSleepingBaby.com says, love yourself, treat yourself with sleep. HelloRelish.com has a self-care guide, Self-Care 101. They share steps to practice self-love every day. Step 1 is recognizing and accepting your emotional state. Step 2 is take time for yourself. Step 3 is get enough sleep. Sleep. Point is, sleeping is love. Love is sleeping. Did you know that babies do most of their growing when they sleep? Did you know that babies grow most in mom's belly when she's sleeping? Sleep is so good for you. Here are some tips if you are having trouble sleeping. Have you tried watching The Crown? I was going to binge watch the whole series the other day. I made it about 20 minutes in and slept like a baby when they finally sleep through the night. No, really. You could use my music, actually. Merlin, Mililli. I have a ton of music on YouTube and on regular old YouTube. It's not on YouTube Red or anything, and it's free and ad-free. And most of my work is in 432 megahertz. I don't know if you've heard much about megahertz, but it's very relaxing and calms the soul. 432 megahertz, and yeah, like I said, it's available on YouTube for free, ad-free. Merlin, Mililli. Look me up. My tone and frequency. puts people to sleep. Worked with my kids. I sang them all to sleep. I have a Merlin Mililli channel that most of my music is on. So this show is on my Love Show channel and my Mililli Studios channel now, which I have a new show, Fireside Tales, coming out Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Mililli Studios channel. So go there, subscribe, check out the new show. It's really cool and weird and about weird stuff and fireside tales. Weird tales by the fireside. So, sorry about the shameless plug, but somebody's got to do it. I like listening to long recordings of the ocean to sleep. White noise is real good. A fan, even if that's all you can get. Exercise and a good diet. Love yourselves. Keep your stress levels low. Go take a nap. It will keep your stress levels low. And it's a seizure preventative. So if somebody asks you what you're doing and criticizes your nap taking, tell them, I'm preventing seizures. That's what I do. My grandfather used to say he was resting his eyes. Who would you be if you snoozed? Someone who loves themselves and wants to prevent seizures. So love is sleeping. Get comfy and love, because friends, love is sleeping. Thanks for watching. I love you.